One thing I've started noticing with relocations buyers is that a lot of people think they want the lifestyle here on the Emerald Coast until they actually live here. And honestly, some people move to 30A and absolutely love it. And then others realize 6 months later they probably would have been happier in Destin or even Niceville or somewhere completely different, because choosing where to live here is a lot more about personality and daily lifestyle than most people realize. And after helping buyers from all over the country move to this area, I've noticed there's a major divide almost nobody talks about. So by the end of this video, you'll probably have a much clearer idea of which lifestyle actually fits you best. If we haven't met, I'm Hillary with Living in Destin to 30A, and I'm a full-time realtor here on the Emerald Coast. And on this channel, we talk about what it's actually like living in Destin, 30A, Niceville, Fort Walton Beach, and all the surrounding areas, especially for relocation buyers, second home buyers, and people just trying to figure out where they truly belong long-term. I think one of the biggest mistakes buyers make here is choosing the vacation based on vacation emotions instead of the daily lifestyle compatibility. Vacation mode is very different from real life. When you're on vacation, you're relaxed, you're eating out more, you're by the beach constantly, you're not dealing with grocery runs, airport runs, school traffic, boating logistics, healthcare access, and everyday errands. And honestly, that's where I see buyers get surprised. Some people fall in love with the atmosphere of 30A during vacation, but later they realize what they actually wanted was a more practical day-to-day lifestyle with easier access to restaurants, boating, shopping, and everyday conveniences. And the opposite happens too. Some buyers initially choose Destin because it feels active and convenient, but later realize they really wanted something slower paced, quieter, more walkable, and more design focused. So before we even compare Destin and 30A, I think the bigger question is, what kind of daily life actually makes you happy? Because once you understand the personality differences between these areas, the buyer patterns suddenly make a lot more sense. People who love 30A are usually chasing a feeling rather than convenience, and honestly, they tend to be emotionally connected to their environment. 30A feels calmer, more curated, and more intentional. The architecture matters there, the landscaping matters there, walkability matters there, even the town layouts feel carefully designed. Places like Rosemary Beach, Alice Beach, Watercolor, and Seaside almost feel like a little ecosystem inside a traditional neighborhood. And buyers who fall in love with 30A usually love slower mornings, bike rides, coffee shops, outdoor dining, architecture, wellness culture, dune lakes, and quieter evenings. And a lot of people moving from larger cities are craving that atmosphere because it feels slower and relaxing. But the trade-off is that 30A is not always the easiest place for practical day-to-day living depending on your personality. Simple errands can feel less convenient, and the peak season congestion can surprise people. Grocery access can feel limited depending on where you are, and some buyers eventually realize they miss easier boating access, larger lots, garages, or more year-round infrastructure. And honestly, that's usually where the buyers who prefer Destin start separating themselves. Buyers who love Destin usually prioritize access and activity. They want boating, restaurants, golf, shopping, entertainment, larger homes, practical convenience, and easier year-round living. Destin feels more energetic and more functional for a full-time coastal city. And honestly, some people need that energy around them. Not everybody wants ultra quiet. Some buyers like having more restaurants nearby, more shopping options, easier grocery access, and a stronger boating culture. And Destin definitely has a much stronger boating identity overall, and that's a huge lifestyle category people underestimate before moving here. A lot of buyers think they simply want to live near the beach, but once they get here, they realize boating, convenience, entertaining, or access to everyday infrastructure matters more to them than they originally thought. And that realization completely changes where they belong. But here's what's interesting. Neither lifestyle is automatically better. The right answer depends almost entirely on your personality. The longer I do this, the more I realize buyers aren't really choosing between Destin and 30A. They're choosing between two different lifestyle identities. And honestly, once I really get to know the buyers, I can usually start predicting where they feel happiest. Buyers who value aesthetics, architecture, calmness, biking, and slower mornings usually tend to gravitate toward 30A. Then buyers who value boating, activity, flexibility, convenience, and year-round energy often tend to lean towards Destin. And then you have people who belong somewhere in between. And honestly, sometimes those areas are the best fit of all, depending on someone's priorities. Places like Niceville, Fort Walton Beach, Freeport, or North Santa Rosa Beach can actually create a much better balance for certain buyers. So, if you're trying to figure out where you fit on the Emerald Coast, here's the simplest way that I break it down. If you love boating, activity, convenience, larger neighborhoods, easier day-to-day living, and more year-round energy, you're probably going to lean towards Destin. If you love architecture, biking, slower mornings, wellness culture, walkability, quieter evenings, and curated environments, you're probably going to lean towards 30A. And honestly, neither answer is wrong. The biggest thing is understanding yourself before you buy here, because the buyers who are happiest long-term usually aren't the ones who bought the most expensive house. They're the ones who pick the lifestyle that matches the way they truly wanted to live. And honestly, that's why helping buyers choose the right area is usually way more important than helping them choose the right house. If you're thinking about moving to the Emerald Coast, whether that's Destin, 30A, Niceville, Fort Walton Beach, Freeport, or somewhere nearby, my team and I help people make these kinds of lifestyle decisions every single day. And honestly, once I really understand what someone wants in their daily life and how it makes them feel, it usually becomes much easier to narrow down the right areas. So if you're trying to figure out where you fit best here on the Emerald Coast, feel free to reach out to me anytime. My contact information is down below. And if you enjoyed this kind of real-world, honest lifestyle analysis about living here, make sure you subscribe because that's exactly what we focus on. I'll see you in the next video.